Welcome to the Dark Zone Adventure Racing Podcast. This is your host, Brian Gatens. While Team Dark Zone Podcast Naira is out on the Endless Mountains Adventure Race course, we have given the keys to the podcast over to Rootstock Racing. So sit back and relax and enjoy their podcast coming from their race right here on the Dark Zone platform.
I'm Mary Chandler. I've been adventure racing almost 21 years. And I have done 3 out of 3 of the Endless Mountains adventures. Every time you do an expedition race, you learn so much about yourself, your teammates. Between the mental and the physical challenge, it just throws everything at you all at once, and you walk away with a new sense of what's important in life.
I'm Brent Friedland. I'm one of the co-founders of Rootstock Racing and one of the race directors for Endless Mountains Adventure Race. We organized the first 2 editions of Endless in Pennsylvania, and the last 2, including this summer's race, are in Vermont. And I think anyone that knows about Vermont knows that it's a nonstop wilderness playground of forests and hills and mountains, waterways and lakes. And we really try to highlight all of the amazing natural features that the Green Mountain State is known for. It's a 350-mile course, and a lot of those miles are really truly in the wilderness. It is hiking up steep trails. It's bushwhacking off trails, sometimes for hours at a time. It's paddling in the middle of the night on night 3 across a lake or down a gentle river. It's mountain biking. You might be on a mountain bike for 24 hours, and then you've still got 3 days to go. And I think that can be really overwhelming and inconceivable for a lot of people to really think about.
It was me, Kristen Eddy, and Andy Bacon that did the first edition. The first one had that amazing night river canoe at the end, where the fog came alive and you're paddling, you can't see anything. Your headlights just light up this mist, and the mist is swirling, and we likened it to the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark when they opened the Ark of the Covenant and all the things swirled. That was pretty special.
I'm Abby Perkis, and I'm one of the co-race directors for the Endless Mountains Adventure Race. My favorite thing about adventure racing is getting to explore these vast spaces, getting to journey into areas that are unknown and getting to do it with a team. It's one thing to go out in the wilderness and see what you're made of as an individual, but to me, the most resonant part of our sport is getting to have those experiences with 2 or 3 other individuals, and the intensity that comes with that shared experience, the intimacy that comes with that shared experience. Knowing that we are going to push our individual limits, and by doing that, push our collective limits and find ourselves a little bit new on the other side of that.
I think I've done like 15 expedition races with Roy Malone on Bones, and that's a lot of hours together with the same person.
I'm Roy Malone, and I'm the captain of Team Bones, and we've been racing around the world since 2001, so that's, 25 years now. The expedition race is just full immersion. With a 5-day, you've got to compartmentalize into smaller chunks in order to get your brain and your body around the scope and size of what you're trying to accomplish. There's no place to hide when you're out there for that long. It's just a raw, primal experience where you're out there suffering, but also enjoying the experience. And the dichotomy of those 2 things happening at the same time is just, you can't get that anywhere else.
These races, they break you down. They strip you bare. They really require you to confront yourself, right? And your fears and your emotions. And you're also on full display, right? You're on display with your teammates as you travel through these different stages of kind of emotional life and wrestle with these kind of existential questions. And I think that can be one of the biggest challenges and hardships of this event, but it can also really be one of the most amazing things about the journey. I think that realization of what you can accomplish and what you wrestle with yourself is really what makes this so special.
One of the races that really stood out to me was the Costa Rica World Championships. Early in that race, the first night, I'd crashed my mountain bike and I fractured 3 ribs. And this was the first night of what ended up being a 7.5-day race. So throughout the rest of that race, the pain was constantly with me. And I remember climbing up this mountain, and Mary Chandler didn't say a thing. I'm suffering. I'm in the back of our group, and she didn't say a thing. She came back, she grabbed my backpack without a word, and just took off. And that nonverbal love, if you will, to get your team towards the next control was just, I got pretty emotional. I was in so much pain for so long, and to have somebody come up and just without question, just grab my back. That kindness is something that in the middle of the depths of your pain and suffering was life-changing for me. I've spent some of my darkest moments with Mary and some of my best highlights with Mary.
The group that I race with are awesome. We're really good friends, and we have been able to communicate in a way that some people may find rough or direct. That's love language within our group. You're in the woods for 5 days with somebody. You want to make sure they're in a good space as much as possible, which sounds like hippie and lovey-dovey, but it's real. At some point in time, everybody's down. But what can we do to get them back up? In the climbing portion, facing that wall, I couldn't do it. I stood there and cried, thinking, I can do this. I have the skill to do it. And my team came and supported. And then I completed the climb. And standing at the top and looking out, and my team and other teams were cheering for me and clapping. That was a huge moment in the race. That was a huge moment in my life. It's amazing the connection that you can build by being lost in the same place with somebody.
By design, these events are made to remap you. They are not only mapping a journey for you, but they are designed to take you through an experience where the only way from point A to point B is to get through it. And that's a physical experience, but it's also an emotional one. It's also a psychological one. It's also a community one. And you get to have that experience of being wrung out together. And that's almost its own discipline in the sport. That's something that it took me the better part of 20 years to realize, is that the very nature of expedition racing is designed to remap you. One of the things we take incredibly seriously in our job and our role as race directors is creating a community of care. A community of care for the racers, for the support staff, for the folks that kind of come into the journey along the way. All of those folks come together over the course of the week of the race to really create a contained world, a contained insular community.
The race organization is one of the most caring race organizations that I've ever dealt with. They're humans working with humans. Really makes it feel like I'm not racing with an organization, I'm racing with Abby and Brett, and I love that about it. It's an amazing race.
The next edition of the Endless Mountains Adventure Race kicks off on June 22nd, 2026. See you there.